The sun blazed fiercely on that Saturday afternoon. Benson, a billionaire admired for his composed demeanor and quiet generosity, stepped out of an upscale supermarket in the heart of Lagos. His driver waited by the car, engine running. But something made him hesitate. Maybe it was the heat, or the inviting scent of grilled corn wafting across the road. Or maybe, just maybe, fate was ready to shift the winds. As he adjusted his sunglasses and glanced around, a soft voice drew him in. "Excuse me, sir. Please, could you spare some money for food?" Benson turned, startled. His breath caught in his chest. There she was, barefoot, clothes frayed, long black hair tangled yet naturally striking. Her skin was a deep, radiant brown that shimmered in the light. Her large, weary eyes stared directly at him. And in that moment, Benson felt something shift. His heartbeat slowed, then picked up speed. He had met countless women in his life, models, actresses, even daughters of presidents, but none had hit his soul like this. "I'm sorry," he said, fumbling for words. "I don't have any cash right now. Let me use that ATM over there. Please wait right here. I'll be back." She gave a gentle nod. "Okay, sir. Thank you." He turned on his heel and made a quick dash toward the ATM across the street. It wasn't far, but he kept glancing over his shoulder, terrified she might vanish. He punched in his PIN, grabbed a handful of notes, and raced back. But she was gone. "No, no," he murmured, spinning around in confusion. Where did she go? Benson searched frantically, checked behind parked cars, peeked down alleyways, circled the block, but there was no sign of her. She had disappeared as if swallowed by the city. Finally, he returned to his vehicle, breathless and defeated. "She said she'd wait," he whispered. Why didn't she wait? Back at the family's grand mansion in Banana Island, Benson entered the house looking distracted and distant. "Welcome, my son," his father greeted him, rising from a leather couch. "How are things going with Chief Okafor's daughter? The engagement's next month. I hope you're serious about it." Benson didn't respond. His father's brow furrowed. "Benson, I'm speaking to you." He dropped the cash he was still clutching onto the table and sighed. "Dad, how many times do I have to say this? I've told you and Mom, I don't love her. You're forcing me into something I don't want." "You don't have a choice," his father replied firmly. "This marriage will strengthen both families. Our companies will expand once we join with the Okafors." "I'm not some corporate strategy," Benson snapped, voice shaking. "I'm a person. What about love? What about my happiness?" His father turned away. "Love doesn't build legacies. Wisdom does." Benson walked off. Later that night, he lay in his room staring at the ceiling. All he could think about was that girl. Her eyes. The sadness in her expression. The strange beauty wrapped in her pain. "God," he whispered into the silence, "please let me see her again. Just once more." He didn't even know her name. By the next morning, the heat was already climbing. Benson sat in his office, eyes glazed over as he stared at a half-open file. He couldn't focus. No matter how hard he tried, his mind kept drifting back to the girl outside the supermarket. Her face haunted him. The way she looked. The way she vanished without a trace. It was unbelievable, how a 5-minute encounter had consumed him completely. Then, his phone rang. One of his site workers was calling from his building project on the mainland. "Hello, sir," the man said. "Good morning. Sorry to disturb you this early. What's going on?" Benson asked. "Something odd happened today," the man replied. "One of the guys went to inspect Block C and found a woman sleeping inside." "A woman?" Benson repeated slowly. "Yes, sir. Young woman. She was lying on the floor in one of the unfinished rooms with no windows. She looked weak, maybe even sick. We tried to get her to leave, but she keeps begging to stay. Says she's got nowhere else to go. We weren't sure what to do, so I thought I should call you. Benson's heart kicked up. Something inside him stirred. Did she say her name? No, sir. But she's dark-skinned, beautiful, wearing a torn white dress. Benson's pulse jumped. Wait, he said quickly. Don't touch her. I'm coming now. He grabbed his car keys and rushed out. His mind was spinning. Hands gripping the steering wheel tight, he sped toward the site. When he arrived, he didn't bother exchanging greetings. He headed straight for the block the workers had indicated. There she was. Curled up on the bare cement floor, sleeping like a child. His heart slammed into his chest. It was her. The same girl. The same voice. The same torn white dress. Her face looked peaceful but tired, like someone who hadn't eaten in days. He stood still, watching her. Then she stirred. Her eyes opened slowly. When she saw him, she jolted upright, clearly surprised. Her expression shifted from confusion to panic. You, sir, she said in a fragile voice. He stepped forward. It's you. She jumped to her feet, nervous. I'm sorry. Please don't chase me away. I don't have anywhere else to go. I wasn't trying to cause problems. I just needed somewhere to lie down. I'll leave soon. I'll try to find somewhere else. Just give me a little more time. Benson looked at her, overwhelmed. Her voice. Her pain. Her truth. It struck him hard. No, he said gently. You can't stay here. Her face fell. Please, sir. He raised a calming hand. This place isn't safe. There are no walls. No security. Anything could happen to you. She nodded slowly, eyes shining with tears. I understand. But, he continued, you're coming home with me. Her eyes widened. Sir. I'll take you home, he said. You can stay in my guest room. Help around the house. Stay until you're strong enough to build something new. She stared at him, lip trembling. Sir, are you serious? Yes, he said, nodding. I couldn't help you yesterday. I won't make that mistake again. She dropped her head in gratitude. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. May God bless you. What's your name? He asked as they walked toward his car. Zara, she whispered. That's a beautiful name. As they drove off, Benson felt a strange stillness in his chest. The girl he thought he had lost was now right beside him. The following morning, the kitchen of the mansion was filled with the comforting aroma of jollof rice. Zara, now dressed in a simple blue gown Benson had given her, stood over the stove stirring the pot gently. There was a calmness in her eyes, a kind she hadn't felt in ages. She'd slept in a real bed for the first time in weeks, taken a warm bath, and now she was doing what she loved most, cooking. Even if this moment didn't last forever, she intended to hold on to it as long as she could. She didn't notice the footsteps at first. But she sensed someone's presence. When she turned around, her heart skipped. A woman was standing at the kitchen door. Her makeup was thick, lashes long, and gold heels tapping the marble floor. She looked like a runway model straight out of a glossy magazine. Zara blinked in confusion. The woman's voice was sharp. Excuse me. Who are you? Zara swallowed. Good morning, Ma. I'm just making food. Making food? The woman said louder. In my man's house. Zara stiffened. I'm sorry. I asked who you are and why you're cooking in Benson's house wearing someone else's clothes like you live here. Zara looked down. Mr. Benson brought me. He said I could stay and assist with house chores. I've been in the guest room. The woman's face darkened. I'm Juliet, she said, raising her chin. Benson's girlfriend. And I don't recall him telling me anything about bringing strays from the streets into this house. Zara took a step back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Juliet interrupted her. Let me guess. You saw him on the road, gave him your sad story, and now here you are in his mansion, cooking like you're the wife. No, Ma, it's not like that. Don't lie to me. Juliet snapped. You girls are all the same. Broke, desperate, pretending to be innocent so you can trap rich men. Zara's eyes welled with tears. I'm not here to trap anyone. I just needed somewhere safe to sleep. That's all. Safe. Juliet rolled her eyes. You're not fooling anyone. You want a man, and I'm warning you, stay away from Benson. At that moment, Benson walked in from the living room. Juliet's voice had carried through the hallway. Juliet, he called, walking toward the kitchen. What's going on here? She spun toward him. Benson. Who is this girl and why is she cooking in your kitchen like she owns the place? I told you about her yesterday, Benson said calmly. She's the girl I met outside the supermarket. The one who asked for help. Juliet's eyes narrowed. You brought her here? Yes, Benson replied. I found her sleeping at the construction site. She had no place to stay. What was I supposed to do? Leave her there? Yes. Juliet shouted. She's not your responsibility. You don't even know her. She could be a thief, a manipulator, anything. And now you've brought her into your home like she's your sister. She's not a thief, Benson said sharply. She needed help. Juliet scoffed. Oh, and now you're defending her. You've known her for what, 2 days? Juliet, calm down. I won't, she snapped. This is exactly how it begins. Today she's cooking and washing dishes. Tomorrow, she'll be sharing your bed. Don't say I didn't warn you. Benson inhaled deeply. You've never liked cooking or cleaning for me. You always say you're too tired or that I should just hire someone. Juliet blinked. And now someone's doing those things willingly, not for money, but out of care, and that's suddenly a problem. Of course it's a problem, Juliet fired back. Because girls like her always act helpful at first. Then they get comfortable. Next thing you know, they're running the house. You'll be the next gossip headline, Billionaire falls for poor girl from the streets. Benson's tone turned icy. Maybe I'd prefer someone who shows kindness over someone who only shows up for Instagram photos. Juliet's mouth fell open. Are you serious? You came here uninvited, he said. And now you're insulting someone who hasn't wronged you. She's dangerous, Benson. Mark my words. She's playing a game. She didn't ask to be here, he said. I brought her. That was my decision, and I don't regret it. Juliet shook her head. Wow. I can't believe you. After everything we've been through, you let some street girl invade your life like this. She hasn't invaded anything, Benson replied. She sleeps in the guest room. She helps in the kitchen. That's all. Juliet clapped mockingly. Maybe you deserve each other. She turned to Zara. Enjoy this while it lasts. Men like Benson are easy to fool, but not forever. She stormed out. Zara stood frozen, hands trembling. I'm sorry, she said in a small voice. Benson stepped closer. Don't apologize. She's right to be upset, Zara said. This is her space. I didn't want to create conflict. She lost her right to be upset the moment she disrespected you, he said. Zara looked at him, confused. Why are you doing this for me? He paused before answering. Because you reminded me that kindness still matters, and maybe I need more of that in my life. She offered a soft, sad smile. Anyway, he said, changing the subject, is the food ready? Because after all this drama, I'm starving. She let out a gentle laugh and nodded. Yes, sir. It's ready. Good, he smiled. Let's eat. That evening, Benson's phone rang. His father was calling. Good evening, Dad. His father didn't hesitate. Juliet came crying to the house this morning. She said some girl was in your kitchen wearing your clothes and cooking like she owns the place. Benson sighed. Dad, is that why you're calling? Who is this girl? His father demanded. Why is she staying in your house? She's not my girlfriend, Benson said calmly. She's just someone I helped. She was homeless. I gave her shelter. She helps around the house while she tries to rebuild her life. His father's tone grew serious. Benson, I'm not saying don't help people. But be careful. These girls can be dangerous. They appear innocent, and before you know it, they're the reason your company collapses. Dad, Benson replied, I know what I'm doing. Juliet had no right to show up and question my choices like I'm a child. She loves you, his father said. She's just scared of losing you. And this wedding plan has dragged long enough. With all due respect, Benson said, that wedding is your priority, not mine. I have 6 construction projects running. I don't have time for fake love or arranged marriages. I'm not marrying someone just because her father is your friend. Watch your tone, his father snapped. This marriage is about the future of both families. Benson stood up. Then maybe you should marry her, since it's not about me. I'm not doing it. I won't marry someone I don't love. His father was silent for a moment. So, is it that street girl you've fallen for? Benson let out a soft laugh. Dad, this conversation is over. I need rest. We'll talk later. He ended the call. A week later, Benson had traveled out of Lagos for a business meeting. He was expected to return later that same evening. Zara stayed in the mansion, keeping things clean and organized just as Benson had asked her to. That afternoon, she was in the kitchen slicing vegetables for stew when the sound of the front door opening caught her attention. She paused, puzzled. No one was supposed to come in. Juliet walked in like she owned the place, her heels tapping sharply against the tiled floor. She looked around, clearly irritated. So, you're still here, she said coldly. Zara swallowed hard and greeted her softly. Good afternoon, Ma. Juliet folded her arms. You're really stubborn, aren't you? I thought you would have left by now. Zara kept her eyes lowered. Please, Ma. I'm just doing my tasks until Mr. Benson returns. Tasks? In my man's house? Juliet scoffed. No shame at all. Since you want to act like a maid, then come and wash my clothes. Zara blinked in surprise. Ma. But I'm still cooking. And there's a washing machine in the laundry. Juliet stepped closer and barked, Did I ask you to give me excuses? I said go wash my clothes. They're outside, corner of the compound. Zara hesitated. Please let me finish the cooking. I need to prepare his food before he gets back. Juliet lifted her hand, furious. Are you talking back to me? Do what I said before I change my mind and throw you out myself. Zara trembled. Please, Ma, there's no need to insult me. Juliet let out a harsh laugh. Insult? Oh, I haven't even started. You're just a dirty little village girl. Look at yourself, dry skin, big eyes, wearing worn-out slippers. You look like you belong in the gutter, not this house. I don't know what Benson is thinking, keeping you here. He must have lost his mind. Zara's lips quivered, but she said nothing. Juliet sneered, let him come back. You'll see. You'll pack your rags and get out of here today. I promise you that. Zara quietly stepped toward the backyard, eyes glistening. She found Juliet's clothes where they'd been tossed aside, though they didn't even look dirty. She picked them up, carried them to the side of the house, and started hand-washing them in a small basin. Inside, Juliet lounged on the couch, scrolling through her phone with a smug smile. Rubbish, she muttered under her breath. Let's see how long this act lasts. Outside, the sun was setting, casting golden rays across the compound. Benson's car pulled in quietly. He had returned earlier than expected, hoping to surprise Zara with her favorite fruit salad. He had even picked up a small gift for her, a token of gratitude. As he stepped out of the vehicle, he heard a sharp, commanding voice yelling from behind the house. His brows drew together. He followed the sound silently and walked along the side of the mansion. Then he stopped. Zara was bent over a basin, hand-washing Juliet's clothes. Her hands were red, the skin raw from scrubbing. Standing above her like a prison guard was Juliet, arms crossed. I said wash it again, you useless thing, Juliet barked. Do you want to sleep outside tonight? Benson's expression changed. Zara turned around and gasped when she saw him. She froze, too shocked to speak, looking embarrassed and helpless. He looked at Juliet. His voice was quiet, but heavy. What's going on here? Juliet turned around, startled. Babe, Why is she washing your clothes with her hands? Juliet laughed nervously. She said she likes helping, so I gave her something to do. Don't lie, Benson said, his voice now firm. I heard everything. Juliet's smile faded. You were standing there? Yes. Long enough to hear you insult her, calling her dirty, useless, and a poor village girl. Long enough to see you treat her like a slave in my home. Juliet took a step forward. Benson, don't fall for her act. These girls know how to play innocent. She's manipulating you. And what exactly are you doing here? Benson asked sharply. I didn't invite you. You barged into my house, humiliated someone I chose to help, and tried to throw her out. Juliet's face twisted. So now you're choosing her over me? I'm choosing truth, Benson replied. You don't live here. You don't pay for anything. You have no right to speak to Zara that way. Juliet scoffed. So you've fallen for her. This little street girl has replaced me now. Juliet, Benson said firmly. Leave. She blinked. What did you say? I said, leave my house. Juliet's jaw dropped. Benson, are you throwing me out because of her? I'm asking you to leave because of you, he said. Because of your arrogance, your cruelty, your disrespect, and your fake love. I've seen who you truly are, and I don't want that energy in my life. Juliet shook her head. You'll regret this. She's only after your money. Maybe, he said. But she's never disrespected me. She's never used me to chase fame. Juliet pointed at Zara. You think you've won? Enjoy it while it lasts. You'll be back on the street in no time. Zara stayed silent. Juliet turned and stormed off. Benson looked at Zara. I'm sorry. She shook her head. It's not your fault. I should have protected you, he said. You didn't deserve that. I didn't come to create trouble, she whispered. I only wanted peace. I know, he replied. And now, you'll have it. She looked at him, her voice soft. But people will talk. They'll say I used you. Let them talk, he said. I know the truth. That's enough for me. Zara hesitated. You're not ashamed of what they'll say. No, he said. I'm proud of what I did. I saw someone who needed help, and I helped. And I fell in love with her the day I saw her at that supermarket. Her eyes widened. I'm not joking, he continued. I didn't understand it at first. But I couldn't stop thinking about you. And now, every time I see you, I feel something I've never felt before. Zara was silent for a long while. Then she spoke. Sir, please. You don't have to call me sir, he interrupted gently. She gave a faint smile. Okay, Benson. She grew serious again. I don't want to be disrespectful. You've been nothing but kind. I appreciate it more than you know. And I pray God blesses you endlessly. But there's something you need to understand. He nodded. I'm listening. I'm not ready for love, she said. Not yet. I'm still healing. I'm still figuring out who I am. I came here broken. What I need right now is to work, save up, and go back to school. That's all. That's my dream. Benson was quiet for a while. Then he nodded. I understand. Zara looked at him, unsure. You're not upset. No, he said calmly. How can I be upset at someone for being honest? Love isn't something to force. It must grow. And if your heart is focused on something else, I respect that. You still want to help me go back to school? She asked quietly. Yes, he said. It was your mother's wish, wasn't it? Zara's eyes misted. She always said that even if the world abandons you, your education will stand beside you like a loyal friend. I want to make her proud. And I want to do it for me, too. Benson nodded. What would you like to study? Mass communication, she said. I love writing and talking. I dream of working in media, maybe one day, having a voice people listen to. He smiled. You already have a voice worth hearing. She laughed softly. You're just encouraging me. No, he said sincerely. And if I can help make that dream happen, I will. Not because I expect anything in return, but because I believe in you. Zara blinked away tears and nodded slowly. Thank you. Truly. He smiled. We'll talk more tomorrow. Zara was in the kitchen again, carefully chopping vegetables and preparing soup for dinner when the doorbell rang. She wiped her hands quickly and moved toward the entrance. When she opened the door, she was taken aback by the presence of a graceful older woman standing outside. The woman was dressed in fine lace, subtle gold jewelry shimmering under the evening light. Her warm smile and confident posture filled the doorway with quiet strength. Zara immediately sensed who it must be. Good afternoon, Ma, she greeted politely, stepping aside. Please, come in. The woman stepped inside with gentle dignity. Thank you, my dear. Is Benson home? Zara shook her head. No, Ma. He just stepped out to get something. He should be back shortly. Please have a seat. She led her to the living room and offered a cushion. You must be Benson's mother, Zara said, smiling nervously. You're so beautiful. He always says wonderful things about you. The woman's face softened with surprise. He does. Zara nodded. Yes, Ma. All the time. The woman let out a light laugh. Well, he told me a bit about you too. You're a lovely young lady, Zara. And very respectful. Zara blushed slightly. Thank you so much, Ma. The older woman looked around the clean and neatly arranged living room. She nodded approvingly. You take good care of this house. I try my best, Ma, Zara said shyly. And are you the one cooking too? Yes, Ma. I enjoy cooking. Zara paused for a second, then smiled brightly. Ma, would you like something to eat while you wait for your son? The woman waved her hand lightly. Oh, no. Don't worry. I'm okay. Please, Ma, Zara insisted kindly. Let me make something small for you. It won't take long. The woman chuckled softly. All right then. Just something light. Zara rushed into the kitchen and opened the fridge. She already knew Benson had mentioned that his mother's favorite dish was fried rice. Luckily, she had prepped the ingredients earlier in the morning, planning to cook it the following day. Since everything was already chopped and ready, she worked quickly. In a short while, she returned to the living room with a polished tray, fried rice steaming beside grilled golden chicken, sweet plantains perfectly arranged, a cold bottle of water, and a clean glass. "Ma," she said softly, "your food is ready." The woman's eyes widened. "You made this so fast." "I had already prepared the ingredients earlier, Ma. Just needed to finish it up." Zara smiled. "Benson told me this is your favorite, fried rice with grilled chicken and plantain. I hope I did it right." The woman smiled in amusement. "So he told you that?" "Yes, Ma. I remember everything he says." As she began to eat, her smile grew with every bite. "This is delicious, Zara." "Thank you, Ma." Zara paused. "And after your meal, if you don't mind, I'd love to give you a little pedicure. Wash your feet." "My mother always said the feet of a good mother should always feel rested." Benson's mother looked up, surprised. "You want to wash my feet?" Zara nodded sincerely. "Yes, Ma. It would be my honor. You raised someone as kind as Benson. I respect you deeply." There was a moment of stillness. Then the woman said softly, "Zara, you are rare." "Thank you, Ma." After the meal, Zara returned with a bowl of warm water. She gently helped the woman remove her shoes, washed her feet carefully, dried them with a soft towel, and massaged lotion into her ankles with the utmost care. All the while, Benson's mother watched her silently, not as a servant, but as someone truly genuine. Just then, Benson walked in. Expecting to find Zara in the kitchen, he was surprised to see his mother sitting calmly in the living room, her expression thoughtful. "Mom," he said, approaching her. "What are you doing here?" She smiled gently. "Welcome, my son." He sat beside her. "You didn't say you were coming." "I wanted to see things with my own eyes," she said softly. Benson looked puzzled. "What do you mean?" She took a slow breath. "Juliet came to my house. She cried and shouted, saying you brought a strange girl into your home. That the girl was trying to take you away from her. She begged me to talk to you. To convince you to send Zara away." Benson's face tightened. "So that's why you came?" "At first, yes," she replied honestly. He sighed. "I should have guessed. Juliet is always chasing sympathy." His mother gave a faint smile. "But when I met Zara, I changed my mind." Benson raised his eyebrows. "Really?" "She's a gem," his mother said softly. "Polite, kind, humble. Everything a real man needs. The moment she opened the door and greeted me with that bright smile, I felt it. Her heart is pure. Her words are clean. The way she served me food, the way she washed my feet. I haven't experienced such humility in years." Benson's face lit up. "See? I told you you'd like her. You didn't believe me." "I believe you now," she said. He leaned back with a sigh. "Mom, I love her. From the very first moment I saw her outside that supermarket, something changed in me. I didn't understand it right away, but now I know, she's the one. She never asked for my love. She didn't even accept it when I offered. She only asked for peace, for a chance to stand on her own again. That's real." His mother looked into his eyes and saw the sincerity. "I'm done with Juliet," he added. "I never loved her. Dad is the one who forced that relationship on me. He kept talking about business, family alliances, deals. But I'm not a business contract. I'm a man. I want to be with someone who sees me for who I am." His mother nodded slowly. "Please, Mom," Benson said. "Talk to Dad. Help me end this Juliet situation once and for all. I don't want her in my life, not even close to it." She reached out and touched his hand. "I will speak to him. Leave it to me. Juliet may have money, but she lacks character. And I don't want a daughter-in-law who belittles others and bullies them behind closed doors. That's not the kind of woman I raised you to marry." Benson gave a deep, relieved smile. "Thank you, Mom." 2 days later, Juliet returned, uninvited, furious, and explosive. She barged into the mansion like she owned it, her heels pounding against the tiled floor. Benson was sitting calmly in the living room when he heard her voice pierce the air. "So this is it, Benson," she yelled. "You really chose that dirty, useless beggar over me? You let her take my place." Benson stood slowly, watching her in silence. But Juliet wasn't finished. "I told you to pick between me and that street girl. You ignored me. You think I'm joking? If you don't fix this now, I'm done with you, for good. And I won't stop there. I'll make sure my father cuts all business ties with your family. Every deal, every contract, gone. Do you understand what that means?" Still, Benson said nothing. Juliet's voice rose even louder. "I even went to your mother," she shrieked. "I begged her to talk some sense into you. She promised she would. But I didn't hear a word from her again. What kind of useless family is this? Letting some street rat turn all of you blind? That was the last straw." Benson's expression changed. "Juliet," he said coldly. "That's enough." She sneered. "Or what? You'll kick me out? Go ahead." "You just insulted my mother," he said firmly. "A woman you once claimed to love. The woman who gave me life. You called her foolish. That ends here." Juliet rolled her eyes. "You're acting like that Zara girl is royalty. Wake up, Benson. She's nothing. No family, no background. Just a common nobody." Benson gave a cold smile. "And you are everything that's wrong with wealth. You think money makes you superior. You use it to crush others. To insult, to dominate, to parade around with fake confidence. Juliet, go marry your father. Since both of you value money above all, go be his business partner. Leave me out of it." Juliet looked stunned. "You're picking her over me." "I'm picking peace," Benson said simply. "And you are the opposite of peace. I don't love you. I never did. It was Dad who forced you into my life. And from this moment forward, it's over." Juliet's face twisted with rage. "You and your weak father will pay for this. I'll make sure of it." She spun around and stormed out of the house. That evening, Benson's mother was sitting in the living room when her husband arrived home, face filled with fury. "Juliet called me crying," he snapped. "She said Benson officially ended things with her. That he's living with some street girl. She said you were supposed to talk to him, but you didn't. She's furious." His wife raised an eyebrow. "And that's why you came home upset." She also said, he continued, that if Benson doesn't take her back, her father will pull out of all our business agreements. Do you know what that would do to our company? It could ruin everything. His wife didn't flinch. "So you're here because Juliet threatened you?" "She embarrassed me," he shouted. "I've supported her all this time. And now she calls me to say my son picked some nobody over her." She crossed her arms. "And what exactly do you expect me to do about that?" "Talk to Benson," he barked. "Talk to that girl he brought into the house. If Juliet leaves, her father leaves too. That means no contracts, no deals, nothing. It'll destroy years of business work." She shook her head slowly. And here I thought you came because you cared about your son's happiness. But no, it's business again. Always business. He stepped forward, agitated. This isn't a small issue. Let me speak, she said, lifting her hand. He paused, she took a breath. You forced Juliet on our son. You ignored his feelings. You said love could wait. You said business comes first. And now it's all collapsing. He looked away, clearly annoyed. She continued. Let me remind you, Benson is our only child. We should care more about his joy than our profits. That girl Juliet is arrogant and harsh. She came to our home yelling, insulting me. Called me weak. Called our family foolish. All because I didn't chase Zara away. He looked shocked. She insulted you? Yes, she answered without hesitation. But I didn't tell you then. I wanted to see how far this would go. That girl has no manners. She may have money, but her character is bankrupt. She paused, then added, and Zara is different. She respects everyone. She brings peace into Benson's life. She contributes. She helps around the house. She's the kind of woman who builds, not destroys. He let out a slow breath. So what do you suggest? I'm saying, let Benson decide. Let him follow his heart. Juliet is not for him. You know it. I know it. He rubbed his forehead. But what about Juliet's father? We've worked together for years. He trusts me. If he walks away. She cut him off. Are you willing to sacrifice your son's happiness just to please a business partner? He didn't answer. You always talk about legacy, she continued. Well, Benson is our legacy. Not money. Not contracts. Not fake alliances. His phone rang. He glanced at the screen and sighed. It's Chief Udo. He answered. Hello, Chief. Yes, I'm well. Yes, Juliet told me. All right. Tomorrow morning. Understood. I'll come to your house. He ended the call and looked at his wife. He wants to see me tomorrow. Says we need to talk. She nodded. Good. Go listen. But this time, go as a father, not as a desperate businessman. He nodded slowly, deep in thought. This time, I'll speak honestly. The next morning, Benson's father arrived promptly at Chief Udo's mansion. He was ushered into the grand sitting room where Chief Udo was already waiting. Ah, my friend, Chief Udo said, rising. Thank you for coming. Good morning, Chief, Benson's father replied, shaking his hand. They sat down. Chief Udo wasted no time. You already know why I asked you here. I do, Benson's father replied. Chief Udo sighed. Your son is making a terrible mistake. Juliet is devastated. She told me he's left her, for a girl from the streets. Benson's father said nothing. Chief Udo continued. Our family's union was never just about love. It was strategic. We've done powerful things together in business. And now, we plan to bond through our children, to secure an even greater future. But now, your son is throwing all that away for a girl with no roots, no name. Benson's father finally spoke. Chief, I came here today not to beg. And not even to defend my son. I came to tell you the truth. Chief Udo looked surprised. I'm listening. My son's happiness matters more to me than any partnership, he said clearly. And Juliet is not the woman he wants. I've accepted that now. Chief Udo's face tightened. Are you serious? Yes, he said calmly. I'm the one who forced him into that relationship. I thought it was smart. I believed combining our families would create strength. But I was wrong. Juliet doesn't respect him. She doesn't respect my wife. She's proud and quick-tempered. She even insulted my family. Chief Udo sat upright. I won't lie to myself anymore, Benson's father said. My son doesn't want her. That's the truth. So you're ending everything, just like that? I'm ending the pressure, he replied. I want peace in my house. I want my son to marry someone who brings him peace, not stress. Chief Udo's expression changed. You'll regret this. I promise. I'm choosing my son, he replied firmly. And maybe you should focus more on your daughter's attitude before forcing her onto another man. The room fell silent. Chief Udo's eyes darkened. So years of partnership mean nothing to you? They mean something, Benson's father said. But not more than my son's future. If you decide to cut ties, so be it. I won't sacrifice my child's happiness for deals and papers. You will regret this, Chief Udo said again. Maybe, he replied. But I'd rather regret a lost deal than a broken son. Without another word, he stood and walked out, his head high. For the first time in years, he felt he had done something right, not for wealth, but for love. As he entered his car and closed the door, he whispered, My son deserves peace. And I'll protect it, even if I have to stand alone. It was a calm Sunday evening. Benson and Zara sat together on the balcony, watching the sun slowly sink beneath the Lagos skyline. The sky was painted with gold and orange streaks, and the wind carried a soft, peaceful breeze. Benson turned and gazed at her for a long moment. Then, slowly, he reached for her hand. Zara, he said softly. She turned toward him, her smile gentle and unsure. Yes, Benson. He got down on one knee, surprising her. From his pocket, he pulled out a small velvet box and opened it. I love you, Zara. I've loved you since the day I met you outside that supermarket. Since then, you've brought peace, strength, and beauty into my life. I want to spend forever with you. Will you marry me? Zara gasped, tears forming in her eyes. She didn't speak immediately. She just stared at him, her heart pounding. Then, in a quiet voice, she said, I've loved you too, Benson. His eyes lit up. You have? She nodded. Since the day you found me at that construction site. The way you looked at me, my heart knew. I just didn't want you to think I wanted your money. Benson smiled through watery eyes. You don't know how happy you've made me. She laughed softly. Yes, I'll marry you. He slid the ring on her finger, and they embraced. A moment they would treasure for the rest of their lives. Weeks later, Benson helped Zara enroll in university. She chose mass communication, the course she had always dreamed of. She studied hard, stayed humble, and never let her past define her. Across town, Juliet sat quietly in her father's home. Her once fiery pride now reduced to silence. Days earlier, her father had summoned her to his study. I will not tolerate this behavior anymore, he had told her sternly. You lost a good man because of your pride. That ends today. You're going to get a job and start building your own life. No more handouts. Juliet had opened her mouth to argue, but something in his voice made her stop. For once, she listened. She began applying for jobs and eventually landed a position at a marketing firm. Slowly, she began to understand the value of humility, of effort, of earning respect the hard way. Time moved on. Zara completed her degree with honors. Their wedding was simple, elegant, and filled with joy. Friends and family gathered to celebrate their love. Benson's parents beamed with pride. And Zara's smile that day was brighter than the sun. They moved into a new home they designed together, full of light, color, and calm. Their marriage was rooted in love, trust, and teamwork. No ego. No games. Just peace. 2 years later, Zara launched her own media company. She hired young men and women from the streets, those who reminded her of her own journey. She never forgot where she came from, and that made her more compassionate, more grounded, and wiser. Through it all, Benson remained by her side, husband, cheerleader, business partner, and best friend. They lived a life full of laughter, hard work, and real love. And they lived happily ever after. Dear viewers, what did this emotional journey teach you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.